Hi, my name is Billy Flowers, and welcome to my channel where I talk about velocity banking and how we can use this strategy to massively pay off debt. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to pay off a $10,000 American Express credit card. So, let's get started. Like always, we're going to start off with our four key numbers. We have our income at $5,000. Our expenses are at $4,500. Our debt is our credit card at $10,000. And our cash flow is at $500. Now we do have our usual debt tool, a line of credit at $10,000 at a 15% interest rate. And the credit card payment that we make every month is $400 a month, and it has a 25% interest rate. Now, before we get started, let's have a little heart to heart here. This strategy, this velocity banking strategy, isn't for everyone. So if you have a problem swiping away the cards, you don't have that discipline and you just want to swipe everywhere you go, this method is not going to work for you because obviously, if you're just swiping away at your cards and you have no discipline, then this $500 of cash flow right here is going to be gone. You're not going to have any cash flow to actually pay off this debt. So my suggestion is, if you have a problem with discipline and not using your credit card too much, then I suggest you go to a different kind of method, because you have Debt Snowball out there, you have Debt Avalanche, we have Dave Ramsey, which includes Debt Snowball in his method. But whatever you choose something, because if you have debt and you've been having a problem paying it off, but you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, then that's not going to work. I don't care if you pick this or if you pick a Dave Ramsey with that Snowball or that Avalanche, but pick something and stick to it. Just do something besides what you're doing right now, instead of sitting there complaining about, oh, I have all this debt and I don't know how to pay it off. Pick something and stick with it. Be disciplined. If you are really serious about paying off your debt, you have to start somewhere. And this is just another method out there, and you're using lines of credit as tools. They're not they're not bad. It's just a tool. Just like a hammer can either be a weapon or it can be a tool. Credit cards and lines of credit are tools to help you pay off debt. And then after that, you can use these tools to actually invest in other things that's going to bring you passive income. That's all these are. These are tools. So you have to use them correctly. You've been brought up to use them wrong. This is how you actually use them to pay off debt. And then once you pay a credit card off or a line of credit off, especially a credit card, then you're just going to run your expenses through it and pay it in full every single month. You're not going to have a balance left over where you're getting charged interest, because once you pay this off, now you're smarter. You don't want to pay any interest. You're just going to use that credit card, collect the rewards, and then that's it. That's all you're going to do, and pay it in full every month. So I just wanted to get that out there. If some of you think this is a scam or something, that's fine. I'm not forcing you to do this strategy. There's plenty of others out there. So do whatever is comfortable for you, but I'm just showing you a way. If you choose to do it, then welcome. Let's do this journey together. So let's get started. So we have our $10,000 line of credit, and our credit card happens to be $10,000 as well. So what are we going to do? We're going to take that $10,000 out of our line of credit, and we're going to pay our credit card completely off. So if we do that, then what else is going to go away? Hmm. What do you think is going to go away? What about that credit card payment you were paying $400 every month? You think that's going to go away? Of course it is. Right? Right? So this credit card is going away, right? That's going away. Then our expenses are going to go down $400, right? So now our expenses are going to be $4,100, right? Then what else is going to happen? What about that most important number? What's going to happen? We're going to get that cash flow, right? We're going to get it. We're going to get that cash flow. So $400 of cash flow right there. It's going to make our cash flow go up to $900 day one. As a matter of fact, this is going to be second one, because soon as you make this payment on your credit card, soon as that payment goes through and you log into your account and just deploy that $10,000, that same second, this monthly payment is gone. So now we're just going to be paying down the line of credit. So let's see how it's done. So we're going to use that $10,000 to pay off our card, and then we're going to put our income into the line, our $5,000. It's going to bring the line of credit down to $5,000, and then our new expenses of $4,100 is going to come out, raising the balance up to $9,100. Now we're going to get charged interest, $113.75, raising the balance up to $9,213.75 at the end of month one. And here's something else to think about too. This interest that you're getting charged, you're really not going to feel the interest. And when we say this because remember, you are paying $400 for the monthly payment before, correct? And now you gained that $400. Also correct. Now you have an extra $400 of cash flow, and this interest right here is just getting pretty much deducted from the new cash flow that you gained. So we're not actually getting the full $900, but we will get closer and closer to that as we pay off this line. But this $113 is coming out of this 400. But the thing is we're still above our $500. Our cash flow is still higher. It's just this month is $113 less than 900. And then the next month it's going to be whatever the interest rate is minus 900. You see what I'm saying? So let's keep going. Month two, you have your income going in, your expenses coming out, $8,313.75 is the balance. $113.92 in interest is getting charged this month, raising the balance up to $8,417.67 at the end of month two. Month three, income in, expenses out, $7,517.67 is the balance. And now we're under $100 in interest costs. Now $93.47 of interest is going to get charged. $7,611.64 is the balance at the end of month three. So in month four, we have our income going in, our expenses coming out. $6,711.64 is the balance. $83.90 is the interest. $6,795.54 at the end of month four. Month five, we have our income going in, our expenses coming out. $5,895.54 is the balance. $73.69 is the interest. $5,969.23 is the balance at the end of month five. Month six, income, expenses, $5,069.23 is the balance. $63.37 is the interest, raising the balance up to $5,132.60 at the end of month six. Month seven, income in, expenses out, $4,232.60. Now the interest is $52.90, raising the balance up to $4,285.50 at the end of month 7. So now I like to do my flip because our balance is under what we're putting in. So we're going to have our expenses come out first and then our income go in. So you can see when we're actually paying down the line to zero and we're not dealing with me dealing with any kind of negative number or putting the exact amount in and we're going to have a difference. It's just a lot more math that you have to deal with. So doing it this way, it's a lot easier to see. So we're going to have our expenses come out first, and then we're going to have our income going in, and then that's going to lower the balance down to $3,385.50. The interest that we're going to get charged this month is $104.82, raising the balance up to $3,490.32 at the end of month 8. And you might be sitting here and asking yourself, it's like, well, wait a minute. Why did this interest cost go up from the previous month? Because we were at 52 and it went up to 104. Well, I like to leave room for any kind of errors or mistakes. And I really like people to beat the numbers that I put on the board. So what I did was I took the interest cost off of the high balance at the beginning of the month. So for each one of these months, until we pay it off, I'm going to be taking the interest cost off of the highest balance of each month. So that means that we're going to have some room. You're going to actually beat these numbers because all your bills are not going to be coming out the same day throughout the month. They're going to be coming out at different days. So you remember, interest is calculated every single day based on the balance on a line of credit. This is a scenario based on someone getting paid once a month, but we know you have people that get paid once a week or you get paid every 2 weeks. Whatever the case is, this is still going to work out because this is just math. It's still the same numbers. You're just putting it in at different times of the month. So I hope that makes sense. So what we have here, beginning of month 9, we have our expenses coming out and then raising the balance up to $7,590.32. And then we have our income going in, lowering the balance down to $2,590.32. Interest that we're getting charged, remember, it's off of this high balance right here, is $94.88, raising the balance up to $2,685.20 at the end of month 9. Month 10, expenses out, income in, $1,785.20 is the balance. $84.82 is the interest, raising the balance up to $1,870.02 at the end of month 10. Month 11, we have our expenses coming out, our income going in, and now our balance is under $1,000 at $970.02. We're going to get charged $74.83 of interest. Remember, that's off of this high balance right here. Raising the balance up to $1,044.65 at the end of month 11. Month 12, we have our expenses coming out, our income going in. Now the balance is $144.65. When you log into your account and you see this right here, you better be jumping for joy because you know what time it is. You know, it's coming. We already know. $64.31 is the interest, raising the balance up to $208.96 at the end of month 12. Whew. Month 13, expenses come out, raising the balance up to $4,308.96. what we've been doing this whole time. Our income is $5,000. So as our expenses come out throughout the month, we're just going to be paying them off. We're going to be logging into our account. If we got an expense coming up, we're just going to pay it. Boom, 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 until we pay this line of credit off, zero it out, end of month 13. So we're talking about a year and 1 month. We're done. And you know what else is going to happen? We're going to have money left in our bank account. This is going to be on the low end right here. $691.04. We're going to have that just in a check and just chilling for the next month. We can use this next month, or we can put this in our savings, because next month this line of credit is going to be paid off, and now we're going to have $900 left every single month because this line is paid off. Now we have the full $900 in cash flow. So you can choose, you can do whatever you want to do with it. If you want to save it, get that emergency fund built up, you can do that. Imagine how fast you can build a emergency fund up with $900 a month, right? And then after that, you get that savings, and then you start maybe putting something a little aside for some investments. The possibilities are endless. And at the same time, your credit score is going to go up. You're going to raise the credit limit on your credit card. Yeah. You're going to be feeling good after this happens. So now what we're going to do is we're going to school for a minute. We're going to see how much interest we actually paid, and the interest rate, right? Because on a line of credit, it said 15%. So we're going to see if we actually paid 15%. So I added up all the interest this whole time, and we got $1,008.96. Now, to figure this out, you're either going to go on your phone or go on a laptop or a PC and bring up Google. And what you're going to do is you're going to type in $1,008.96 is what percent of $10,000. And I can pretty much do this in my head because this is simple math. Because what is 10% of $10,000? It's $1,000, right? And then we have this $8.96 here. So I'm just going to move the decimal point over. So this is what we paid, and I'm going to round it up. So this is what we actually paid in interest. 10.09%. And guess what this beats? This beats this 15% right here. And remember, this is on the high end. Remember, once we got here, I started calculating it on the high balance. So we jumped from 52 to all the way to 104, and I guarantee you it's not going to be that high. Not even close. But I just want to leave some room for error, and this percentage it's going to drop down probably at least 3%. Easy. And a bonus, the credit card rewards. If we were getting rewards this whole time, just 1.5%, that would be $24 per month. $24. Yep. And just doing this for 6 months, you will get $144. We went 12. So you're just going to double that. $288 for 12 months, right? And you would take $24 off the interest cost or the balance every single month. And it's going to get to the point where your interest, get down to here, you might get charged $64, which is going to be less than that. Remember, you're going to be wiping off all that interest cost. So that's going to make this number even lower. So you're going to be paying less interest. Remember, this is on the high end. So don't forget to use those rewards. Those rewards help out a lot. And you have to use them. I mean, if you don't want to use them and you want to save up for something, during if at a later time, that's fine. But while you're paying off debt, use those rewards because it's going to save you even more money. That's the whole point of this. We want to pay the least amount of interest as possible on these lines of credit. We want to maximize our cash flow and maximize paying the least amount of interest. And then at the same time, we're paying off debt. So this is how you pay off a $10,000 American Express credit card, starting off with $500 of cash flow. So I just want to thank you for tuning in today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. And like I always say, get that cash flow.